The storm's been over for almost an hour, and we haven't heard anything since they last yelled at us. What's the chances they've left for the night?
No, they're out there.
How do you know that?
I feel them watching us.
Yeah, well, I've got a big question for you. But first I'm gonna start a little fire with this wood I brought along. My hands are freezing. Okay, pal, let's make sure that we all understand what's going on here. Now, as I recall, the minute it got dark, you and I headed up into the woods to where we thought a Bigfoot family might be hanging out, right? We got less than 200 yards before I had a rock whizzing past my head close enough to shave me, right?
So?
But do we duck behind a tree or something? Oh, no. Instead of running for our lives, we stand around with our arms spread out like two scarecrows. Now you tell me this is supposed to let the Bigfoot know that we're the good guys with nothing up our sleeves.
Well, sure.
I have this great picture in my mind, Morgan. This giant Bigfoot is hiding behind a big boulder, right? And he has rocks in his hands, but all we have are sweaty palms. So then a second Bigfoot outfoxes me by breaking off a limb behind us. And when I take my eyes off of spot one to see who's at spot two, spot one Bigfoot, the guy guarding the trail with a handful of rocks, he disappears. I find his footprints, but you won't let me follow him.
So what's your point?
But between the rock and the footprints, we know for sure these big guys are out there. But we go traipsing up the trail anyway. Have I got it straight so far? Am I leaving anything out?
So far, so good.
Yeah, well, all this must have made our big hairy buddies real happy because they showed their great joy by knocking down a whole tree and screaming at us.
Look, didn't I tell you they try to intimidate us?
But then we get these two ticked-off Bigfoot people hanging around out there pretending to be owls until we hear what may or may not be a coyote howling, which according to you is probably a third giant guy coming in to join the fun.
Yeah, well, they probably called in a few more.
Hey, Morgan, don't interrupt my picture. Then, here comes a thunderstorm waltzing in that drenches to the skin. So what do we two healthy adult males do? Instead of heading south to get some hot coffee to soothe our weary little souls, we plunk our wet butts down right in the center of an open meadow that's surrounded by so many bushes and trees, we can't see our hands in front of our faces. But all this makes you happy, doesn't it? Why are you happy, Robert? I asked. And my pal Robert Morgan answers, oh, Steve, I'm really happy because now all the Bigfoot people can sneak up on us in complete silence by stepping on wet leaves. Isn't that wonderful? Everything's in their favor, and we're out here alone, unarmed, and we're as blind as bats because I won't let us turn on our flashlights.
But Steve...
Okay, Robert, here's my question. Am I wrong, or are you getting off on all this?
Gee, are you?
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Could they hear that okay? Okay, that's cool. Ask
Well, I
Karen
hope
how'd
so.
that sound. Folks, that's part of our tape. That's a nice little part of our tape. And this is our buddy. Let me show you our whole buddy here. No, not him, the
Not
other
me.
guy. The other guy. Folks, this is not that guy, this guy. Okay. We'll get the good-looking guy here sooner or later.
That's right.
This picture this is an oil painting by Marty Caton, our good friend Marty Caton up in Twinsburg.
That's right.
Folks, when you see that picture right there, that face, everybody always wants to know what Bigfoot looks like.
That's right.
That's it.
I sat with Marty for a couple of hours on that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
First, we started out with a small sketch, and I wanted looking over his shoulder and things like this. And Marty made a few sketches, and then he came back. I had to go back once, and then after that, he had it absolutely perfectly. I mean, this guy is gifted.
That's the face I saw.
Yes, that's our man.
That's it.
People want to know, and the most important thing is the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
They are human. They're looking back at you, and if you look at them, I mean, there's a warning there, but at the same time, there's a gentleness. There really is.
That's the quackydoodle mask all in one there.
Yes, it is.
The soul, the heart, and the monster, I guess.
Exactly. Junaqua, that's right.
That's cool. I like that. Well, for those of you that don't know what the heck we're talking about, I'm Steve Jones. Robert Morgan's here with us tonight. And we're going to talk about our Bigfoot buddy. That's right. We've had a lot of requests for this. And, you know, I get calls and letters all the time and for you guys to come back and for us to talk about this because we get so many people out there that have actually had some kind of an experience, either saw one thought maybe they had one in their yard or in the woods or whatever. I just got a letter last week of another guy that saw it in Pennsylvania.
Well, as a matter of fact, I just met a fellow last night that had a sighting up toward West Branch. Same thing, along Porter Road. And we've been getting a lot of mail, and a lot of your viewers have joined the foundation.
Wow.
Yes, they have.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
And we got the tape, and you know what? I don't have one in here with me.
That's our producer.
Yeah, so Scotty, you'll have to bring me one. We got our new coffee mugs too. Aren't these cool? We got our new coffee mugs and everything. We're getting ready for the lecture that we're going to have at KSU, and that is Sunday. Nice. And that's going to be at the Kiva Center, KSU. And from what I hear, it's selling quite well.
It is, and they've been getting a lot. Some people are actually coming from as far away as Dayton. There's a whole van full coming from Dayton. I assume it might be Wright-Patterson Air Force Base people, because it's not so much for me, but Dr. Stuart Kingsley is going to be there. And this is the fellow that Carl Sagan refused to debate. And this is the president of the Optical SETI Group, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. Dr. Stuart Kingsley is going to join me on the podium. I have the first half, so you can sleep through that, but wake up for the second half, because the second half, Dr. Kingsley is going to tell you why the Operation Big Ear and all these other things, listening for electromagnetic sounds from outer space, it's a farce. But he'll tell you how they communicate and how he anticipates proving that the extraterrestrial intelligence people out in space do communicate. Don't miss his part of the lecture. If you come when I'm there, that's wonderful. But it's from 1 to 5. From one, you're getting 2 lectures for the price of 1. And I'd recommend calling ahead. But if not, we're selling tickets at the door. And it's going to be one hell of a day.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun. So try to plan on being there. And I'm going to be there too. Unfortunately for you. Fortunately for everybody else. Anyway, you can get those. Let me give you the number if you're interested in going. You can call, I guess it is Ticketmaster, okay? And the number is 330-945-9400. Tickets are $10 for students and seniors over 60, and that's your age group.
That's me.
Not students. And it's $15 for adults at the door, and they are selling like crazy. And I tell you what, it's going to be well worth the admission price to get in there. And
the tapes will be for
we're going to
sale.
have our tapes there
Right.
as soon as Scotty brings me one. We're going to have our coffee mugs, our ARF coffee mugs. This idiot's picture on the back of this mug. Now, why would you put that?
Well,
because my lips, this is where
That's
I
right.
drink.
Right on. I get kissed. I get kissed every time he takes it.
I do
Isn't that
not
wonderful?
want. I do
But-
not. Your head looks so much like your butt, though. It just.
Well, Steve, at your age, it doesn't make much difference. You know what I mean? But now, I do want to say something about the tape, folks. It really is not just entertainment.
Oh no.
It's taken me a long time to develop this, but I really am looking forward to the hunters in Ohio, the fishermen in Ohio, to learning what you can and should do in order to have yourself an encounter. It's quite serious business, and we try to entertain you, yes, but in reality, I'm telling you what it's taken me 30 years to learn. And I really want you to do it because I want as many people as possible to have passive contact, peaceful contact with the giant forest people, and bring them close, and by God, together, we'll prove, without killing one, we'll prove they exist, if you'll help me.
That's right. Well, we're going to take a break. I got a few things to tell you about it. Then we're going to talk to Robert on the phone and all kinds of other good stuff. So thanks for being with us. Nice to have me back. I missed last week, but I heard last week was a good show. So we shall be back in just a minute. I'm Steve. That's Bob, and see you in about 2 minutes. Hey, are we back already? Jeez, I'll tell you. Hey, well, glad to have you with us. And like I said, I had a nice night off last week, and I've got to go. I've got to take another night off here soon.
Well, wait a minute. You take 6 nights a week off.
This is a must.
Well, why?
This
what are you
is
gonna
a
do?
must.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I've got to go get neutered sometime this year.
Hey, listen, I'll be glad to do
And
it.
they only do it on Fridays.
No. All you have to do is like Louis on Taxi.
Yeah.
You have a what do you call those things?
Hedge trimmers?
No. That thing that you put things in, you push a button, it goes zzz, and then heats it up. Microwave.
Oh, microwave, yes.
Just-
No, I'm not going to
No, come
microwave
on.
myself. No, but I'm going to have to do that.
You
here
get in,
real
I'll
soon.
push the button.
Yeah, I'll bet you would. Anyway, now that I've shared my innermost personal things with you, here it is, our brand new tape, folks, The Ultimate Adventure. And what an adventure it was. We had a ball doing this. It was incredible.
Well, it took a long time. It's not easy, and it
But
doesn't come over.
everybody said, Robert, why don't you share information with us?
Right.
Okay, now we have, right here.
Well, they've been
We've
after.
shared a lot of information.
I think that's one of the biggest complaints a lot of people have had. They've always said, well, why are you so closed-mouthed? Why won't you share people this and this? It wasn't time. It just wasn't time. Now, okay, you want to know what I know? There's the tape.
Yeah.
It tells you exactly how you can do what I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not all that hard. You just got to get out in the woods, and that's something that it's an incredible experience when these things happen to us, you know. Mm-hmm. And we're meeting more and more people, finding out from more and more people that things are happening not just in Ohio, but you know, all over the United States. In fact, we're getting hits now on our website from all over the world.
All over the world. And an interesting thing is, what I'm really pleased with, is that when they hit our worldwide website, which is Talisman Media.
One word.
Yeah, Talisman Media. Will you let me finish?
No.
No. Talismanmedia.com. You hit that site, and what's amazing is this thing is going all around. He cheats. I have to memorize all this. But seriously, you go on this, and there's quite a bit of information that we can't get. You know, you can't take 20 years of work and put it all down in 9 minutes or in half an hour with you folks. But everybody's been yelling, why don't you share with what you have? All right, it's done. It's there. It's in the tape. That's the first of several tapes that's going to be made. The next one is going to be the nitty-gritties, and then we're going to do a thing called the Soul Snatchers. And I think that you folks, if you'll help me, I mean, seriously help me, if you will get the tape, it's not just buying the tape, it's joining in the effort. Mm-hmm. Come out with us, follow the directions on that tape, and I'll be willing to bet you, if the forest giants are in the area, you're going to have something happen. But you have to follow what's on the tape. You do it step by step. Steve did. Ask him what happened.
Yep. Had the crap scared out of me a couple of times till I got used to it.
And that's the key, is preparing yourself so that when it does happen, you know what they're doing and why they're doing it.
Yeah.
And it took a long time. I mean, I bounced off a lot of rocks until I figured this out.
Well,
'Cause I did everything wrong. From day one, I did everything wrong for years and years and years. And that's how I learned how to do things right.
What's funny is that the first part of the tape that we heard, I remember saying that to you several times, sitting under a tree somewhere where things we're getting screamed at, or things coming at us, rocks going through the air or whatever. And I said, Bob's sitting there with this stupid grin on his face, and I'm about to die. And I said, let me get that. No, leave that flashlight alone. Just leave it there. And it's fun. It has been the most incredible 5 years of my life, and these folks right here, they're our buddies, big hairy buddies, I like to call them.
It illuminates things because it changes your perspective. You find out all the things that they're not teaching you in school.
Right.
And the biggest thing is, the whole reason for school is learning all the things you don't know anything about.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Some of the people in the beginning that ridiculed me the most, personally, about Bigfoot, what, are you crazy? Have now come up to me later and said, you know something, Steve? I had an experience. I said, you didn't have to tell me that. I knew the way you were fighting it. Yeah. And it's funny how people react towards that.
How sad it is in our society and how far it's gone back in time, that when you see something and it is a reality, that you try to convince your other people, but they don't want to know. I think I've said several times, I think people, no matter what their religion, race, creed, color, whatever, they all get up in the morning and they say the same prayer, essentially. They say, please God, Allah, Buddha, whoever they're praying to, let me get through this day without a single new thought.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah, and it's true.
But I remember in the first book, The Ultimate Legend Quest, and you even mentioned it on this tape, when John Shelley went into the ravine.
Yes.
And he came out, and everybody all of a sudden got defensive, and they got, very, well, this is the way a lot of people reacted to me. It was just like, you didn't see anything. What are you talking about? And it's just like, God, you can tell.
There's a lot of
that something happened.
Yeah, there's a lot of psychological stress involved in finding out that we are not alone.
Right.
We're finding out now we're not alone in the universe.
Right.
We have the first tangible evidence that something did exist, something live did exist on Mars. And that's another thing that we'll be talking about this Sunday with Dr. Stuart Kingsley, is how to find out not just life in outer space, not just life, but intelligent life that can communicate. That's what we're after.
I think we ought to start looking on Earth to see if we can find any intelligence.
It's hard to find it.
Hey, ain't that the truth sometimes, I'll tell you. Hey, well, Robert is here, and the phone numbers are right there, or they will be in just a minute. She's more worried about me and you going off. We spend a lot of time in the woods,
Well, after you're kissing my head, every time he takes a drink of this thing, he smiles, I did not design these, by the way. Scott Church designed these things. I didn't even see these until today. But they are kind of neat. They will be collector's items.
This design was given to you by Sam Melville. Now, Sam was Kate Jackson's husband, but what TV show was he on?
The Rookies.
The Rookies.
He designed
I knew
this.
that was
That's
it.
right. He designed this.
Here,
and
Dawn,
this-
get a shot of this real quick before we go to commercial.
That's the logo of the American Yeti expeditions, and we've had this for about 20-some years. And Sam was the star of the Rookies at the time, and when he came up to visit us, he brought T-shirts and things like that as a gift to us. And it's normally in a reddish color, but this is the logo that we've used for 20-some years, and we're going to be carrying this logo into Mongolia next year and into Belize in the spring. So the American Anthropological Research Foundation is alive and well. I hope you folks join us. I really, truly do. We're going to be putting out some wonderful things, and Dr. Stuart Kingsley is putting his SETI program under the American Anthropological Research Foundation.
Cool.
For at least 6 months, possibly a year, possibly longer.
Okay.
And that is quite a boost for us. So if you want to know what's going on, not just with the Bigfoot people, but in SETI, optical SETI, join the foundation. You'll be the first to know.
That's right. When we come back, we're going to go to the phones on the Hunting and Fishing Show. Thanks for being with us tonight. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. We got one phone line open out of the many that we have. If you'd like to give us a call, there's the numbers. And let me give you an address real quick, too. Write this down if you want to find out some more information about ARF. It's AARF, ARF, AARF. P.O. Box 138, Homeworth, Ohio, Homeworth, Ohio 44634. Or you can give them a call at 330-938-2076. That's an answer machine there, or our fax if you would like to send a fax of some type. You can do that too, okay? Bob, tons of calls. Let's go see what they want. Hello. Thanks for holding on. How are you?
Pretty good, sir. Can you tell me, is Robert still there?
Yeah, Robert's sitting right here beside
I'm right
you.
here.
Can't you see that glare?
I got the big part of the
There he is.
you told me you're going to have a talk somewhere on Sunday?
That's right. It's at Kent State University. Where do you live? Where do you live?
Parma.
Parma. Okay, it's at Kent State University in Kent, Ohio,
Okay.
at the Kiva Center, Kiva. It starts at 1 o'clock, and it'll be myself and then Dr. Stuart Kingsley.
Okay, now you're going to go in depth about Bigfoot and extraterrestrials and so forth?
Yes, it'll be
UFOs?
it'll be the relationship between. The question is Bigfoot, UFOs, and abductions, are they linked? Is there some link that puts them together? That's the first part of the program. The second part is Dr. Stuart Kingsley on optical SETI and what's going on with that. So it's a marvelous day, really. I'm so pleased to have him share the podium with me.
You gonna let me talk?
No. Of course, can I keep you from it?
Did you see that? Okay. Oh, you did? Can
We'll
you
do
see
the
that?
best
Oh.
we can to keep Steve, quiet.
Okay, and that'll be at 1 o'clock Sunday?
1 o'clock.
Yes, sir. It goes from 1 o'clock until about 4:30.
Will there be a fee on that, or?
Yes, they are charging for this. I think it's $15 for an adult, as I recall, and it's $10 for seniors, such
students.
as Steve, and students. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So try to come on down.
And the tapes will be available there.
Tapes and coffee mugs, and you
Yeah,
can
and
kiss
coffee
Robert's head all the time.
Okay. And you talk about the UFO cover-ups too, and the government cover-up?
More than likely that'll come up. It's my understanding some people from Wright Pat are coming up, so it should
Okay.
be an interesting day.
All right. Sounds good.
Good.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks a lot.
Bye bye. See all the neat things we get into on the Hunting and Fishing Show. Hello.
Hello, how are you today?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I just tuned into your program here, and I'm glad I got to wait a little bit in between answering the phone, you guys answering the phone and everything. I remember when I was a little kid, and we went to the movie theater, and we saw this movie about Bigfoot. Now, I can't remember what the name of the movie was.
How about called In Search of Bigfoot?
Oh, it was?
Yeah. Probably.
I don't know. What happened during the movie?
Oh, well, it was like a lot of like documentary things like that, and like footage, film footage, and they had interviews with people and things like that.
Did you see some bald-headed guy with a goatee in it?
Yep.
That was him.
That's me.
Yeah, I knew he looked familiar. I was just a little boy when I saw that.
Oh, go ahead, rub it in.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't
Well, no, I have a wonderful plastic surgeon. Don't worry.
sorry about that. I hope I didn't insult you.
Of course not.
Try it. You'll like it.
Do enough of that at work and take enough of that. But that movie really got me, really interested in seeing something like that. And I've never really done anything about it. But when I was real young, we used to go out in the woods and we'd kind of look for traces of them and things like that. And usually it was construction worker boots or some crazy thing out in the woods. Now, I take it that there's a lot of truth involved with that film that I saw when I was younger.
Yeah, there was, and as a matter of fact, I disappeared of course, I knew where I was, but a lot of people didn't know after 1974, after that film was made. And I had spent a lot of time with the American Indians. And what I learned, all the mistakes I made, is brought together on this particular tape we've been talking about. Because if you truly want to have an experience with the forest giant people, you can do it. What part of Ohio do you live in?
Oh, I live in Akron.
Okay, within an hour's drive of Akron, there are areas that you can easily go out, and if they pass through, because they don't stay in one area, so this is not an easy snap overnight thing. It may take you years of trying. It may take you only a few months, but it can be done. And if you want to follow that dream you started when you were a child, I'll give you the opportunity.
Now, when you guys were talking about UFOs and aliens and things like that, it kind of made me feel. See, I never really believed in UFOs or aliens or anything like that. So you said that, and it kind of made me think, that might be true. That might be more like it, because it's not necessarily something like you see on the cover of the Inquirer.
Oh.
This is not
No.
Inquirer crap, and believe
No.
me, well, if we don't ask questions, Bob, we'll never know, right?
Exactly, and the whole idea here is that if you just look at the probabilities of all the billions of stars that are out there,
There could be one, but
we can't
one.
possibly be alone in all this universe. It's impossible. So therefore, the question is that if the concept of Bigfoot being alive and well on this earth has been submerged by our educational system, by our religions, by our politicians, why? Why don't they want us to learn? Now they're spoon-feeding us that, gee, maybe that crash did happen in Roswell. Of course it happened. I'll tell you, see, I hit both sides of the spectrum here, because before I got into anthropology, I was a computer specialist for the Federal Aviation Administration in Washington, D.C. I was present when 3 UFOs showed up on a tub. I watched them. After that, I have seen them. So I started thinking, wait a second, what is the link between all of this? And that's the subject of the lecture.
okay. Now, what would you do if somebody asked you what you thought about this theory that the Earth is like the Australia of the universe? That was started off by basically Australia. That's where they would send criminals and things like that. Now it's a great country. I've never been there, but I figure that it's a great country.
I think you're right on the nose.
You really think so?
Yes, sir.
'Cause I kind of thought about that for a little while too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think it's right on the nose. There aren't too many saints walking around, are there?
Not too many saints.
No. We're all trying, but there aren't too many. There aren't too many Mother Teresas walking around. But we're all trying to get to that point. We're trying to get a parole.
Hey, come on and see us Sunday at KSU.
At KSU, where which
Kiva Center, 1 o'clock.
which center?
Kiva, K-I-V-A, the Kiva Center right on the main campus.
Okay.
1 o'clock. Come on down. We'll
All
talk
right.
some
Hey,
more.
tomorrow?
Sunday.
Oh, Sunday.
Yes,
Sunday.
sir.
Sunday.
Is there any cover charge or anything?
Yes, sir. It's $15 for an adult, $10 for students, and seniors like Steve.
Is there any KSU? What's the radio station there?
Oh, I don't know.
If there's any members?
Just come on down. We'll get you in, one way or the other.
Yeah, 1 o'clock.
All right?
All right. Have a good day.
Thank you for calling.
Bye.
When we come back, we'll take some more calls. Bye.
Shut up and do it like this.
Is that rained?
Yeah.
Good night, nurse. Is it raining here?
Friend has arrived.
Hey, thanks for holding on. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Pretty good. Is it raining at your place?
Oh yeah, I'm here in Akron. I'm a grad student at Akron U.
Yeah, I just started hearing either that or somebody's up on the roof taking a tinkle in the gutter.
You guys don't remember me, but I talked to you a year ago, and I made reference to the Bible about the giants in the mountain.
Sure.
Yes.
I remember you.
How you doing?
No
Good.
bad.
How about you?
All right. It's good to see you again.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, you know, I've been investigating it more,
Good.
and I've come to some conclusions. And the
That's
first one
dangerous.
well, not conclusions, but tell me what you think about this.
All right.
The UFO linkage that you talk about, okay, I examined that, and I noticed that in some cases they found that maybe when a UFO sighting occurred, Bigfoot was seen, or what have you, maybe abducted, which leads me to believe that the alien beings possibly, when abducting Bigfoot or any human being, you understand what I'm saying,
Okay.
is that they consider the Yeti or Bigfoot or Sasquatch a human being,
Yes, that's true.
a true being of our stature,
Okay.
of a different breed.
Okay.
Okay. Also, back to when you're looking at the UFOs and looking at the Indians, the Native Americans, if you look back into way back into their history, they talk about UFOs.
Yes,
They even talk about where they've met them.
that's right.
Okay, they call them sun gods.
Right.
All right. Also, with a tribe in Africa called the Dogon tribe, they're able to look at a star. Now, how are they able to see that star? They were visited.
They were told that.
They were told exactly.
Exactly.
See, it's a linkage that you may look at that maybe our forefathers are not from this earth. You understand what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
Well, this guy's on the money, ain't he?
Yes, sir. Are you coming to the lecture on Sunday?
Yes, I'm gonna try to. I'm a hall director here, and I'm a glorified babysitter. So if I can get away from these guys here,
Please try to, and after the lecture, identify yourself to me, really.
my name is Tim Fenner.
Okay.
All right, Tim. Listen, you're well on the way, but one thing to take into consideration. One of the reasons that you have UFO sightings reported and then Bigfoot sightings, there may not be a direct link. What happens is psychologically for people, when someone sees something unusual and someone has already seen it, but one person speaks up, the other people feel more comfortable in revealing what they have. So don't get sucked into that one.
Oh, I got you.
Got it?
I want to ask you something else.
Sure.
If I'm not taking too much time.
Well, I tell you what. Why don't you come and talk to us because we got a full switchboard,
Hey.
man.
Sure thing. Hey, I'll see you Sunday.
Thanks for calling again. Okay.
Appreciate it, Tim. Stay with it. Keep seeking, pal.
I sure will.
Bye bye.
Take care. Bye.
Hello.
Hey, Steve, what's going on, buddy?
Not much. How are you?
This is Jim in Barberton.
Hi, Jim.
Hey, I won the catfish tournament out at Deer Creek.
Oh, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You turkey.
27.5-inch, 7-pounder.
Good deal, man.
Yeah, $100.
Really?
Fishing.
For catching a fish?
Yep.
$100.
Should be happening every weekend.
Don't that beat all?
Hey, you know what I want to
I
know?
just belched.
Okay.
Forgot where I was at. Sorry.
Is the DEC setting out any stuffed deer for catching poachers? Because me and my dad were going to work this morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'd take Worcester Road up to 21 North.
Yeah.
And right there, as you're getting on to 21, my dad says, "There's a deer hanging in a fence right there with a big rack." And I said, "Get out of here."
Yeah.
So on the way home tonight, turned around, seen the deer standing there, stopped, and it's a dummy.
Yeah. Could be.
So tell all the poachers there's a deer standing right there off of 21.
Could be.
Up of Worcester Road.
Could be. Don't shoot it,
No, no.
or you'll be arrested.
Tell the poachers to go there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we can just shoot the poachers.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's how they do it in Africa. You ever seen those things on National Geographic? They got AK-47s, and they just mow these guys down and leave them in their buzzard bait.
Good.
Need to do.
That's what we should do here, because poachers are subhuman. Thanks for calling.
All right, buddy.
Bye-bye. Hello, got a couple lines open. Thanks for holding.
All right, sir, I'm a little horsey guy. Bear with me. Do you know Don Keating, a big UFO investigator in Newcomberstown?
Heard of them?
Okay. I just wondered if you guys worked together before or not.
No.
No, we've met him, and that was all.
Yeah, we've never worked with him at all.
I know he's done some videos, but not as much as you have in your extent of work there. Okay, well, thanks a lot.
Hey, no problem.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. Hey, we got a couple of lines here. How many fingers did you hold up? 2. Okay. I was going a little cross-eyed there. Hello.
Hello, Steve.
Hey.
This last weekend I went down to the Cuyahoga Valley and was looking for places to, maybe go try a little hunting down there this year. And
Not in the park, I hope.
yeah, down in Boston Township.
You're on private property, though.
What's that?
You're on private property.
Yeah, I went to a nursery, a tree nursery.
Yeah.
Christmas trees, and even they turned us away. Everybody turned us away.
Well, they're going to keep doing that until all these deer are just so. I get so fed up with these guys.
Yeah, so do I. That's
Let them starve. Let them starve.
I was talking to the police department, and they said they can sit there at 3 o'clock in the morning and watch them cross underneath the stoplights.
Aurora is getting ready to vote once again for the 3rd time in about the next 4 years to try to do something about the deer population. We know how to handle the deer population. We know how to keep a healthy deer population.
Yeah.
We do it the same way that they've been doing it for hundreds of years. You kill deer.
Exactly.
That's how you keep a healthy population.
I just thought maybe you would have some clue of maybe where I could go and ask, or no.
Not up in that area. I don't even bother going up there.
No. Maybe out in Richfield, or
No.
no?
No idea. Maybe somebody else will. Keep watching. We're going to do a lot of bow, gun, all kinds of shows coming up here real soon.
Okay. Can I ask the sir you're with tonight?
The sir?
Sir, yeah.
That good-looking, bald-headed guy I'm sitting beside?
The places have you been? Have you ever had any experiences in Vinton County? Does that ring a bell?
Uh-huh.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm not that familiar with the different counties.
I am.
But Steve is, and he's shaking his head, so apparently I have. Because I've been a lot of, I'm native to Ohio, but I haven't been here in an awfully long time. So give me a town, a city.
Southern Ohio. It's just...
Vinton County, oh, geez, I can't think of it.
Zaleski State Park.
Okay, yes.
Wayne
yes.
National Forest.
Yes. Wayne National, yes.
Hey, bud.
You've had experiences there?
Yes,
sir.
Dawn's giving me the finger. I got to take off.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, thank you.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
If you're on the phone, stay right there. We'll be back in just a minute. Okay, let's try to take as many calls. Welcome back to the show. Hello.
Yes, I had a theory about some of the UFO subjects you were talking about earlier.
Sure. Shoot, real quick.
Okay, back before the Incas, I think it was the Mayas in southern America or Central America, and they've come across a lot of their ruins that were not so much destroyed or anything. Is there any but he thought along the lines that maybe they just are the people that are flying in the UFOs. They advanced to the point where they're now traveling in space.
Well, I think you're speaking basically of the Lanchian theory. And the problem is that the Mayans genetically are still there. And they're not a very healthy people at all. So I think it's a wonderful thought. But the Mayans lost their civilization, as did the Aztec and the Toltec and the Incas, all because they reached an apex to the point where the religious leaders were indeed dictating. And when the religious leaders take over where you're not allowed free thought, the civilization is doomed.
Yes, they were.
Jeez, sounds just like what Bob Dole here did just a few weeks ago, huh?
I don't know what he did.
Giving into the religious right?
Well, yeah. Well, it's like Newt Gingrich made the most incredible comment I've ever heard, and I'm a Republican, at least I have been, although the last time I went with Perot, when he said that our Constitution doesn't guarantee freedom. It guarantees freedom of religion. It does not guarantee you freedom from religion. That is ominous. That's kind of thinking that burns books.
Thanks for calling. I got to make a couple more calls, okay?
Keep working on that, guy. You're on the right track.
See you, bud. Hello.
Hello, is this the Hunting and Fishing Show?
Yeah, you wouldn't know it, would you?
Hey, I'm telling you. Hey, the reason I'm calling, my name is Mike, and I'm calling from Talmadge, and we're just getting your rain right now.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, what you were talking about.
Well, you can have it.
It's here. Anyhow, the reason I'm calling you is that I was watching a TV show a couple days ago, and it was totally, it was not related at all to what we're the topic tonight.
That's all right, man.
But these folks had talked something about aliens coming to Earth. Aliens. That's kind of a weird term.
Yeah.
Anyhow, they had talked about it being a racist concept, and I didn't understand it. It kind of piqued my curiosity.
Racist?
Yeah, a racist concept about aliens coming to Earth and populating the Earth or something like that.
Hey, go to Kmart and look around.
Anthropologist on the show there. I just didn't, maybe he knew what these guys were talking about.
What, they say they're Chinese or black or what?
Well, we have this propensity to forget that the color of our skins is skin deep.
Yeah.
When you talk about the soul, I doubt very seriously if there's any race involved whatsoever. It's like ourselves. We have monsters on the brain. The Bigfoot has to be a monster, things like this. And people talk about the aliens and we're against them because we're racist. This became a buzzword in the 60s and 70s, and it's still haunting us. I think it's something like everything else we should relegate to the back of the book. Because people are people. If they're good people, they're good people, regardless of what car they're driving. And that's all this body is. It's just a car.
Hey, I got to go, okay?
Okay.
We're running out of time. Thanks for calling.
Hey, thank you.
One more. Hello.
Hi. A couple months back on Unsolved Mysteries, they were talking about a Bigfoot sighting or a nest thing around Akron. I was wondering if you guys had heard anything about that.
Around Akron?
Yeah.
I never heard anything about that.
Well, it's according to where in Akron. How big was the circumference?
Not really sure. They showed a pretty fuzzy picture of it.
Yeah, aren't they all? That's why we don't bother taking pictures.
Yeah. I have no doubt that within, let's say, a 45-minute driving time from downtown Akron, you can probably run into what I call pass-throughs, which means that there's areas that are passed through, because these people are always on the move. But they don't come into metropolitan areas.
They just mentioned something about that, and they didn't follow up on it. So I was just curious if you guys had heard anything.
No. And they do a lot for their ratings. You have to be careful with television shows. I know.
Except this one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, of course.
I don't have any ratings, so it doesn't matter.
There's nothing to worry about here.
Okay. Hey, thanks for calling, man.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, bye-bye. Hey, Bob, thanks for being here. One thing before I got to go. I have not got a letter. Remember about 2 weeks ago I talked to you folks about writing me a letter so I can take them down to Columbus and telling me how you feel about the outdoors. I'm looking for 3,000 letters. For not for people, just, whether they're bird watchers, trail hikers, backpackers, whatever. Tell me how you feel about the outdoors, because there's a lot of people that think that we don't care. And I haven't got a letter all week. And I've only got about 25 or 30 letters, and I'm looking for 3,000, and I'm a long way off. There's the address. Get off your butts now. It's almost 7 o'clock. Turn the TV off, write the letter, and get it to me. Tell me what the outdoors, what's it done to you? What's it been for your life? I've gotten letters from 5-year-olds and 75-year-olds. And I just want to know what the outdoors has done for you.
Do you want James Watt back? If not, write to you.
That's right.
Prevent him.
That's right. You're absolutely right. Because if we can't take care of our own, somebody else is going to try to do it. And so give me those letters. Sunday at the Kiva Center, 1 o'clock at KSU. Be there. We're going to have our tapes. We're going to have our mugs, although it's got a really ugly picture on there. Buy it anyway, okay? And all this money is going to go into to help our research, man. And,
right.
We've got a lot of equipment we got to get.
But it isn't just that. We're giving something back.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
worth a hell of a lot more.
That's right. That's right. This tape is incredible, and we'll even have our picture there. So 1 o'clock, KSU Kiva Center. Be there. Next week, Pheasants Forever is going to be with us. So have a great week and do it safe. Bye.